Hi guys, this is Sriram here. Welcome to my video tutorial on how to crack WPA password with Kali Linux and aircrack-ng. This video has been recorded for academic purpose only. So the important disclaimer here is hacking into others' Wi-Fi without permission is considered as an illegal act in most of the countries. So this is just used for the sake of penetration testing. So the activity mainly consists of four main sections. First is starting up of Kali Linux in VirtualBox, and then verifying your USB wireless adapter, followed by capturing WPA Handshake, and finally extracting your password. So let's get started. To install the VirtualBox, you need to go to virtualbox.org website, and then you can get the latest VirtualBox. I already have downloaded the latest VirtualBox in my machine. So this is the setup file. All you need to do is double click on it and follow with the installation procedure, and then you can install the VirtualBox manager in your machine. So this is the application which would get started once if you install VirtualBox. The next step was to add VirtualBox extension package. To do that, you can go to the web browser and type virtualbox slash wiki slash downloads, and then you should be able to see extension pack for all supported platforms. So just click on it and then try to save it in your desktop. I have it in my downloads folder. And the third section is to download ISO file for the Kali Linux operating system, which can be found in kali.org/downloads. So the operating system which I'm using here contains 64-bit. So I need to install Kali 64-bit for my machine. I'm taking the latest version of 2017, and I need to click on this ISO link. Then I should be able to download it to my system. I installed 2016 version because the time when I installed the virtual machine and the ISO file which was present at that time was 2016 version. So it doesn't matter unless you have an ISO file which can be used for running the VM. So the version is not going to be a problem for us. Okay, next we need to create NAT adapter. So I need to go to VirtualBox Manager, click on File, Preferences, Network, and here you can click on this plus symbol with Add New NAT Network, and by clicking that you should be able to create a NAT network. So this will be used in the successive steps. So I'm just removing it since I already have one NAT network, and let's proceed with the remaining steps. Now we need to map the extension pack to the VirtualBox Manager. To do that, open the VirtualBox Manager, click on File, Preferences, and then go to Extensions, and you can click on Adds New Package, and then you can browse and you can select the extension pack which you need. So just click on Open. I already have set the VirtualBox extension pack, so I'm not going to do that. The fourth step is to create a NAT adapter and configure it to the virtual machine. So we also need to create a virtual machine. When you first land on this VirtualBox manager, you will not be able to see any virtual machine. I already have created one and it is in the running status. I'll just give you a heads up on how to create a new virtual machine. To create a new virtual machine, you need to click on this new icon tab and then give any name for your virtual machine. Select the type as Linux and the version as Debian 64-bit. You can give as many RAM memory size you need, but make sure it is not crossing this green limit. Try to keep it within that, and then leave the remaining sections as it is and click on create button. In the second screen you should be able to see file location folder, so click on the folder icon and select a folder path and give a name for the VM file, that is the .vdi file, and click on save. So the file size for the virtual machine can be anything, but try to keep it in the range of 20 greater than 20 GB, so that it has sufficient memory for installation of the mandatory operating system files. So the remaining sections can be left as it is. Hard disk file type can be kept as VDI, and the storage on physical hard disk can be dynamically allocated. So I'm just increasing this file size to 25, and then I'm clicking on create. So now you should be able to see new virtual machine. Here you have to do configuration for NAT as well as USB filter. So select the virtual machine and click on settings. Go to Generals tab and click on Advanced tab, and make sure the shared clipboard and drag and drop is kept as bidirectional. Then go to the next tab, that is System, and you can uncheck the boot order, like you do not need floppy drive. Then go to Storage, and here try to map the ISO file that we have downloaded. So click on the empty record and click on the disk icon, and you should be able to see the ISO file. So select it. If you do not see it here, you can still choose it from here. Choose virtual optical disk, and then you can uh, map it to the location in which you actually save the ISO file. Then go to network section, and then change the value of attached to NAT network, and you can add the newly added NAT network. Then go to USB section. This section is very important for us, as almost 90% of people, they suffer in this section. Like even after configuring with the USB wireless adapter, they might not be able to recognize the USB wireless adapter within the virtual machine. So for proper configuration, you have to select the USB controller as 2.0, and you need to click on this add new USB filter with a green plus icon in it. And after clicking on it, you should be able to see the USB wireless adapter. So before doing this process, I have actually attached my USB dongle to the laptop. So you should be able to see the USB device information here. So make a note of the vendor ID and the product ID, and then do not add directly by clicking on this green plus icon. Instead, click on this blue circle icon, and then what you can do is you can manually configure it, because this is the only solution which was provided in the internet once after uh, like after struggling for almost one entire day. This was the only option which found to be useful for me, so I just followed this option. So click on this orange circle icon, that is edit selected USB filter, and then give any name as per your wish. I would like to give it as TP-Link. I have made note of the USB device. Information of the vendor ID is 0CF3, and product ID is 9271. So now click on OK. and then click on OK. So now the entire configuration settings has been done. So all you need to do now is safely remove your wireless adapter. So I'm just going to remove my wireless adapter, and then you can start your virtual machine, the newly created virtual machine. So this should be the process which you should follow. If you follow the same process, then you should be in a situation to identify the WLAN interface inside your virtual machine. So what you need to do is click on start button, and then you can continue with the starting of virtual machine process. I'm not going to do this because it's going to take a lot of time, and I already have installed a virtual machine in my system. So I will leave it to you guys to continue with this step. It's just going to be very simple. You just need to select graphical install option, and then proceed with it. In the process, you will be asked to enter username and password. So make a note of the username and password, and then uh, let me meet you guys once after installing your virtual machine. I'll pause this video here. Once after starting the virtual machine and entering your password, you should be able to see the desktop of the Kali Linux. So right now we have completed the first step, that is the starting up of Kali Linux in VirtualBox. Now we are in the second section. So we need to verify whether the USB wireless adapter is getting recognized or not. Now I want you guys to insert the USB wireless adapter once after getting inside the virtual machine, and then you can notice the fourth icon from the bottom in this Kali Linux virtual machine. It will show that the Atheros USB 2.0 WLAN has been connected. In order to double check, you can just open a terminal in the Kali Linux virtual machine. So click on this command prompt icon and open a terminal. So here you can use ifconfig, and then you can double check whether the WLAN interface is getting displayed or not. So if it is getting displayed, it means you have succeeded in the step 7. So you can just proceed directly to the 9th step. In case if you do not see this WLAN, then there should be a problem with the installation of firmware or the driver related to the wireless adapter. So to check whether the wireless adapter has been properly installed or not, you have to type DMESG. So this will show you the driver information. So uh, we are concentrated only on the Atheros section, so you need not worry whether there is any other error apart from it. So leave about the other errors, but make sure the firmware that is related to your wireless adapter is properly installed in it. Because for the first time when I tried, there was a problem in the firmware. So this was the screenshot which I got for the first time. I was not able to install the Kali Linux could not install the firmware at the time of booting Linux. So the solution for that is to enter these commands in your Kali virtual machine, and then once after updating and upgrading, you can just shut down the virtual machine and then you can restart the machine. So after doing that, you should be able to see the firmware updated, and then once if you plug in your USB adapter after getting into your virtual machine, you should definitely be able to see the USB wireless LAN. Now moving to the next section, that is capturing handshake. So first you need to check the wireless interface mode. We already checked the wireless interface mode, that is if-config. It is in normal mode, WLAN mode. In order to perform the hacking, that is in order to capture the WPA handshake, first you need to change your wireless interface to monitor mode. In order to change an interface to monitor mode, I need to enter airmon ng followed by start and then the interface name. Now you can see the WLAN 0 has been changed to WLAN 0 mon. Now I need to check whether it has been enabled. So I will enter if-config again. So I can see now the WLAN is in monitor mode. So once if it is in the monitor mode, then it can start sniffing the access points that are around it. So I can use the command arrow dump -ng followed by lan mon. Yes. So I am getting to know all the access point details that are in the network, and I can get to know the channel information and also the BSS ID. So these informations are very useful for cracking an access point. So I will press Ctrl plus C and then I will enter the next command, that is arrow dump -ng -c. So what I'm trying to do is I am trying to get inside one specific target AP. So I have just picked the first one, that is 4G Wi-Fi. So this one. So that's the network which I have access to, uh, which is legal for me to crack. So I am just going to take that network as the target AP, and then I am entering the BSS ID followed by, sorry, the first one was the channel number, sorry. So it should be 7 and then BSS ID followed by the BSS ID and then oops, and then W root desktop. So this is the location in which I want all the capture files to be stored. So I want it to be stored in the desktop followed by the interface name, then press enter. Now you can see there are 4 files that is getting generated in the background. If you notice, this file is going to be the most important one, that is 01.cap. So it will capture the WPA handshake key. So I need to open a new terminal and I need to enter airplay command. I will explain what the command does. Once when we change, uh, once when we enter arrow dump, it would start monitoring the specific target AP. So when a new device tries to connect with the access point, then we could actually get the handshake key. But normally hackers don't like that kind of a passive attack. They want it to be more active. So they use airplay, which can forcefully send deep authentication packets to the access point. So I want to send 2 de-authentication packets. So I'm entering 2. You can also send more in case if you need, if you don't get the handshake key by sending 2 de-authentication packets, you can still send more de-authentication packets. I'm entering the router BSS ID followed by the client BSS ID. So it means in the next window, like you can see, there are 7 records here. It means there are 7 devices that are connected with the target AP. So out of which we are this network, the second one. So I know the client network, that is 68-114-101.25:A A1. right? Yeah. And then the interface name. Now when I press enter, I should be able to see a handshake key information getting generated here. Let's see that. I'll press enter. No, I didn't get it. Yeah, I got it. So you can see here WPA handshake has been generated. Yes. So we have completed the third section of capturing the handshake. Now we can go to the next part, that is extracting the password. To extract the password, we follow brute force attack. That is it uses a dictionary attack by comparing billions of words in a dictionary list, which has lots of permutation and combination already applied on it. So with the help of those word list file, we can actually compare the WPA handshake key, and the comparison would be done with the help of aircrack feature. So what we will do here is we will try to navigate to the folder in which dictionary list has been present. So I will just move this window a little bit, and then I will open a new terminal. I will go to the folder cd usr share word list, and then ls. Here I can find the inbuilt word list which Kali Linux has. So you can also find word list from internet. There are lots of dictionary lists which you can get that has a millions and billions of uh, common records. So if you have a secured password which contains special characters, numbers, and alphabets with capital and lower cases, so it's going to be very hard for an attacker to crack it. Whereas if you have some of the passwords like testing 123, world 123, so these are going to be very common in dictionary, and with the help of permutation and combinations, those passwords can be easily cracked. So in order to perform this demo, I have entered the password of my router inside this rockq.txt in I think it was written on line number 5 lakh. So it would take I think it would take approximately 6 to 7 minutes. Let's see. Let's run this app crack and let's see how much time it takes to crack the password. So I'll go to the root folder, and then I will type aircrack-ng and then A2B followed by the router BSS ID. So the router BSS ID, I will just move this into a little bit down so that I can have a look at the router BSS ID. It's D4A1482810, and then -w, and then the path to the word list. You can see here the path to the word list. So I have written the path as it's /usr as share word list rockq.txt, and then the location where the .cap file is located. So it is located in desktop, and then I should enter /star.cap. It means any file which has an extension of .cap needs to be compared with the word list file. So I will just press enter and let's see what is going to happen. I have pressed enter. Yes. So now you can see like the aircrack software, it is trying to match all the passphrase which it has in the dictionary file, and then it tries to compare it with the .cap file. So it should be it should crack the password because I already have entered the passphrase inside the text file. uh, in normal scenario, like to do the penetration testing, we check whether the common password is not being kept in the target AP in the access point. So as a result of which we could come up with strong passwords so that hacker cannot crack it. Okay, I will just pause this video, and I will play it uh, once I actually get the passphrase. I will just pause the video now. Hi guys, so the aircrack-ng has finally cracked the password. So this was the password which was kept for my router, and you can see it took 11 minutes and 50 seconds to crack the password, and it is almost 2.22 percentage of the complete execution. So, and the speed has been quite slow, so that's why actually the previous time when I executed it took just 7 minutes to crack the password, whereas here it took 11 minutes, and the reason is because of the performance difference. Last time it took for me 550k per second, so that's fine. But still, okay, I hope you guys learned something new concept out of this video. Thanks for watching it. Bye, have a good day.